I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on.
Brooklyn, baby, but Queens get the money. Queens get the money. New York, no Diddy. No Diddy, no Diddy.
Now, Diddy called these his freak out parties. In attendance were celebrities, politicians, athletes, international dignitaries like British royalty, Prince Harry, and music label executives.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters.
It suggested that 50 Cent's jabs at Diddy have escalated from mere jests to a full-fledged fixation. However, you can't deny his commitment, even though some view his actions as excessive. 50 Cent is unwavering in his determination to criticize Diddy, no matter the circumstances. Now it appears that he's upped the ante by allegedly obtaining some rather scandalous footage from Diddy's security cameras, as per court documents filed by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former employee of Diddy. It's asserted that Diddy had been covertly recording his guests at his properties in Los Angeles and Star Island. And we're not talking about your run-of-the-mill party snapshots here. Allegedly, these cameras captured some seriously compromising moments involving celebrities, athletes, politicians, you name it. Jones claimed in the lawsuit that these parties were sponsored by major players in the recording industry, granting them access to sexual activities and underage girls, as stated in the civil complaint.
Lil Rod claimed some of the biggest names in the recording industry sponsored these parties, with workers and underage girls.
Mr. Combs had installed hidden cameras in every room of his home, capturing recordings of numerous celebrities, artists, music label executives, and athletes engaging in illicit activities. He possesses compromising footage of every individual who has attended his infamous freak-off parties and house gatherings. The producer further alleges that Diddy possesses salacious tapes featuring Hollywood's most prominent figures, record CEOs, and politicians engaging in inappropriate behavior with minors. As far as he knew, the parties operated under a business model that provided upcoming artists with an opportunity to advance their careers by granting them access to music executives. Jones also disclosed that in addition to sponsoring these parties, music executives had the habit of giving the Bad Boy Records founder large sums of cash. Even his former bodyguard, Gene Deal, revealed that it's not just celebrities. There are politicians, preachers, you name it, all potentially on Diddy's blackmail list.
I think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there.
Then there's this peculiar video making the rounds again, featuring a man who purportedly fired shots at one of Donald Trump's Florida properties a while back. In his interviews with law enforcement, he made some rather outlandish accusations, alleging that he was a sex slave for none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Now, with federal investigators raiding Diddy's homes and the looming possibility of an arrest or indictment for his alleged involvement in a sex trafficking operation, those once seemingly outlandish claims don't sound so far-fetched anymore.
I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right?
The guy even went to the extent of suggesting that Diddy's success is linked to a secretive society called the Bool, which purportedly has connections to the Illuminati. According to him, that's why Diddy is constantly in the spotlight and appears to secure every deal within reach.
Diddy, whatever you call himself,
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous.
He even claimed that Diddy directed him in sexual encounters involving Cassie, Diddy's former girlfriend, while Diddy derived pleasure from it.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters.
Right now, there's surely a frenzy unfolding in Hollywood. Reports suggest that the federal authorities have already seized those potentially incriminating videos. It's only a matter of time before more names emerge. Already, we've caught glimpses of a few individuals since Cassie's lawsuit came into the spotlight. Aaron Hall, an R&B singer who was a member of the group Guy, was named as a defendant in a complaint filed against Combs last November in the New York Supreme Court. This occurred before the expiration date for New York's Adult Survivors Act, which allowed a one-year window for people to bring cases of sexual abuse outside the typical statute of limitations. The plaintiff, who is named Liza Gardner, accuses Combs and Hall of saying her and a friend in Hall's apartment after a music industry event hosted by MCA Records in 1990. When she was 16 years old, she says Combs coerced her into having S with him, and that afterward, Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced her to have S with him, too. In the complaint, Hall mentioned in an interview that Puffy, Combs' nickname in the 1990s, had seen him engage in sexual activity. However, Hall could not be reached for comment. His lawyer had not yet been identified in court documents. Additionally, music producer Harve Pierre was named as a defendant in 2 lawsuits filed against Combs before the expiration date of the Adult Survivor Act. Both lawsuits were filed anonymously, one in the New York Supreme Court and the other in the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York, with the plaintiff listed as Jane Doe on both documents. Pierre, who was Combs' first employee at Bad Boy Records and the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, worked with artists like the Notorious Big and Faith Evans. In the initial complaint filed in November 2023, a former employee of Bad Boy who served as Pierre's assistant accuses Pierre of leveraging his position of authority to exploit and essay her. The complaint further states that Combs and his companies facilitated these actions. In a second lawsuit filed in December 2023, the plaintiff alleges that when she was 17 in 2003, Combs, Pierre, and an unnamed third defendant gang, R&S, trafficking her specifically, she alleges that Pierre smoked and then forced her to give him oral S before bringing her from Detroit to New York City on a private jet in New York at a studio owned by Combs. Pierre's lawyer did not respond to a request for comment from Business Insider. However, he has denied the accusations made in the second complaint. This is a tale of fiction. I have never participated in, witnessed, nor heard of anything like this, ever. These disgusting allegations are false and a desperate attempt for financial gain, he said in a statement obtained by TMZ. Next up is Cuba Gooding Jr. According to the legal documents obtained by TMZ, Jones believes that Diddy was involved in some questionable activities with the intention of passing him off to others. Surprisingly, he claims that Diddy introduced him to Cuba on his luxurious yacht, and things quickly turned uncomfortable. Allegedly, Cuba made unwanted advances on Jones, crossing boundaries until Jones had to push him away. Jones even included a photo of Cuba hugging him as supposed evidence. Mr. Combs allegedly had dominion and control over the actions of Cuba Gooding Jr., but failed to intervene and prevent Cuba Gooding Jr. from assaulting Miss Jones, the suit alleges. We all know that Cuba has faced similar accusations in the past. Back in 2019, several women came forward with allegations about his behavior. However, this is the first time he's dealing with accusations from another man. In June 2019, things took a serious turn for Cuba Gooding Jr. He found himself in trouble after an incident at a Times Square bar, where he was accused of inappropriate behavior with a woman. But the legal drama was far from over. Another charge was brought against him, yet Cuba managed to avoid jail time by reaching a plea deal. Fast forward to now, thanks to the Adult Survivors Act, which is the same law that allowed Cassie to sue Diddy last November, 2 alleged victims of Cuba have come forward with a new lawsuit. In 2018, a woman claimed that while she was working as a cocktail waitress at Lavo Restaurant and Nightclub in New York, Gooding forcibly kissed her without her consent. Gooding later pleaded guilty to a criminal forcible touching charge related to the incident. The recent lawsuit includes a portion of the transcript from Gooding's testimony during that legal ordeal, where he admitted to kissing the waitress on her lips without her permission. In a 2019 filing, Kelsey Harbert spilled details, alleging that she approached Gooding at the Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge, hoping to meet the actor. However, things took a dark turn when she ended up sitting next to Gooding's girlfriend. Harbert claimed that Gooding crossed boundaries by groping her chest, making her feel shocked and objectified. Harbert wasted no time and filed a police report within a week of the incident. Gooding pleaded guilty once again.
The video appears to show Gooding putting his hand on her thigh. A few seconds later, his hand appearing to move up towards her breast. Gooding is then seen pulling her hands to his lips.
Now, fast forward to the civil lawsuit where Gooding straight up confirmed that it was indeed non-consensual contact during his hearing. Both women involved are seeking significant damages for assault and battery, lost wages, and the emotional, mental, and physical toll this ordeal took on them. Additionally, they are seeking compensation for attorney's fees. Gooding's camp has remained tight-lipped about the situation, offering no immediate response to media inquiries. However, Gloria Allred, who represents the two plaintiffs, said, "Our clients were deprived of the justice they sought in the criminal case. They are now seeking justice and accountability in their civil cases. We are proud of their courage and intend to vigorously fight for them until they win the justice that they deserve." Next up is Young Miami, also known as Kia Romeo Brownlee, who allegedly transported a substance called Tui across state lines for Diddy. Reportedly, Tui is a pink concoction that mixes ecstasy and cocaine. Jones also alleges that Young Miami was part of a group of women who were supposedly paid a monthly fee to work as Diddy's sex workers. Adding to the drama, Jones throws in another bombshell claim, stating that Young Miami's cousin, referred to as Jane Doe 1, allegedly sexually assaulted him back in 2022. She allegedly burst into the bathroom and began groping Jones on Thanksgiving Day. However, the drama didn't end there. Recently, Young Miami got served with court papers related to Diddy's trademark infringement lawsuit while partying at a nightclub. A person claiming to have served the papers to the City Girls rapper in Houston recorded the moment. This lawsuit involves Charlie C., who is suing Diddy over the use of the phrase "act bad" in his song title and merchandise. Charlie C. claims that Diddy ignored his trademark and breached a contract, seeking $10 million in damages. He alleges that he filed for the trademark back in 2021, and it is live and registered. Furthermore, he claims that Diddy's team brushed off his concerns about infringement, despite multiple attempts to contact them. Adding to the drama, Charlie C. claims that there was some shady activity because he was behind bars at the time for a related offense, although he has since been released. The situation is quite messy, especially considering that Young Miami and her City Girls partner JT were featured on Diddy's Act Bad. And now she's been dragged into the legal battle too. Understandably, she wasn't thrilled about being served in public and made sure everyone knew it when she went on a Twitter rant to share her frustrations. She expressed her exhaustion with the internet and people constantly bothering her, particularly over merchandise she doesn't even sell. She emphasized her annoyance, stating, "I'm so tired of the internet and PPLF** seeking with me every day." Her first tweet reads, "Trying to serve me some paper over merch that I'm not selling is lame. Like everybody want to go viral so bad, let's go viral. I'm tired." Daphne Joy, who happens to be 50 Cent's ex and the mother of his child, also got involved in the drama. Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy named Daphne as one of Combs' alleged sex workers. However, Daphne wasn't having any of it. She hit back hard, taking to Instagram to shut down the rumors and accusations. In a statement posted on Instagram, Joy said she was deeply hurt by the lies in Rodney Jones's lawsuit and asserted that the claim that she was a sex worker is 100% false. The model said she is retaining an attorney to explore all legal remedies against Jones and his attorney. Of course, 50 Cent couldn't resist chiming in. He took to Twitter and stirred the pot even more by posting a picture of Daphne and Diddy, throwing some serious shade her way. He says, "You moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy. So you moved back and then you started receiving money from Brother Love. Now here we are, little sex worker." But Joy wasn't about to let that slide. She came back swinging on Instagram saying, "Everything is a joke to you until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You are wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Son Sire was the one in handcuffs? For nothing." Joy said she moved to New York to give Jackson an opportunity to be a father to your son, alleging that over the span of 2 years, the rapper saw their son only 10 times despite living a mile away. "I am tired of upholding and protecting an image to our son that you have never even earned," she wrote, before launching into her accusations against Jackson. "Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of raping me and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. You have permanently damaged the last hope I had for you as a father to preserve our family with these last and final false claims made against me. You have broken our hearts for the last and final time," she wrote. Despite her heartfelt words, it seems like nobody's really listening. Instead, people are dragging Daphne left and right, not buying her side of the story at all. One person wrote, 50 Cent's baby mama just dug herself a bigger hole. They're ignorant AF. What a mess. That woman just disrespected her damn self, and if she seriously puts that child first, she wouldn't have made any allegations considering what she's being accused of. And 50 Cent? Well, he's not backing down either. His representative came out with a statement slamming Daphne's allegations as false and baseless. According to them, it's all just a reaction to 50 seeking sole custody of their son, sire. They're making it crystal clear that sire's safety is their top priority, and they're not messing around when it comes to protecting him. The disturbing allegations in the sworn pleadings recently filed in a court case related to Daphne Joy, the mother of my 12-year-old child, has required me to take all necessary legal actions to protect my son, sire, the Grammy-winning rapper said in a statement to The Times. The most recent false and baseless accusations by Daphne Joy are clearly in response to my decision to seek sole custody of my son. My son's sire is my main priority, and keeping him in a safe environment is my only focus at this time, he said. While not necessarily a celebrity in his own right, Justin Dior Combs, Diddy's 30-year-old son, is a defendant in Jones' amended complaint in the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York. In a wide-ranging list of allegations, Jones accuses Justin Combs of soliciting sex workers and underage girls, as well as engaging in freak-offs. He also alleges that both the younger and older Combs were the only other two people present in the room when G, a friend of his, was shot at a recording studio, implying that one of them shot G. Justin Combs was at Combs' Los Angeles home when it was raided by feds and was seen handcuffed on the lawn outside, though he was not arrested. Now, Justin Combs and his legal team are firing back at these wild accusations with full force. According to a statement from his representatives, Justin flat out denies all of these absurd allegations, calling them nothing but a desperate attempt for a quick cash grab. Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines, attorney Sean Hawley said. In Lil Rod's lawsuit, he also exposed Meek Mill and Usher as two of the individuals who often attended these freak-offs. Rodney didn't explicitly mention Meek Mill and Usher's names in the lawsuit like he did with everybody else, but he provided descriptions with very specific details that essentially made it clear who he was referring to. For instance, he described Meek as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and described Usher as a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with rapper 5, that's redacted. Look, 5, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Right with the and then the next person, R&B singer 6, redacted. Look. He performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Usher!
It is reported that Meek is a rapper from Philadelphia who dated Nicki from 2015 to 2017. Usher also recently had a highly successful Vegas residency, reportedly grossing over $100 million, and he did perform at the Super Bowl just a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, returning to Rodney's lawsuit, he claimed to have witnessed Usher and Diddy hooking up multiple times and making out with the girls brought by Young Miami and Justin. Rodney recalled a specific incident on Diddy's yacht where he saw both Meek and Usher engaging with several girls. When this news surfaced, Meek took to social media. One of Meek's tweets stated, "I'm from Philly, I don't do coke or freaky-ass Molly. Nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming, LOL." The video circulating where Meek was chilling in the pool looking a bit uncomfortable while Diddy hovered nearby, calling him daddy and talking about Meek putting in work. Some folks suggest it might have been filmed right after whatever went down between them in bedroom.
Man, you deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you, I love you. Yeah.
If that's not enough to raise eyebrows, there's more. An old song of Meek surfaced online recently, and the lyrics, let's just say they paint a pretty vivid picture. In the track, Meek talks about chasing his Hollywood dreams, but there's this whole section where he seems to confess to getting involved with Diddy in some not-so-savory ways to make it big. Then he's asking for forgiveness for his actions.
I hope they forgive me for what I did with Diddy. Dream chasers. I hope they forgive me for what I did with Diddy.
As time ticks on, it's pretty clear that more names are going to get dragged into this whole mess. And you can bet your bottom dollar that 50 Cent will be right there at the front, ready to spill the tea on anyone and everyone. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.